Obviously, we can't have our drummers around whenever we'd like, and recording drums is something that's relatively difficult. So if you're looking for something that can give you a drum groove that will actually respond to your playing, this pedal might be for you. Today we are checking out the Strum. Sounds like strum because the D and the T thing, it's the Strum from Digitech. What's up, everyone? I'm Jack Fossett. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this demo and review of the Strum from Digitech. This is a responsive drum machine that will basically go along with your playing. It's very, very programmable and very, very tweakable. There's all kinds of incredible features in this, and I want to thank Digitech for sharing this one with me and letting me have the opportunity to share it with you. Really, basically, what it does that's unlike pretty much anything else out there is it responds to your strumming, and it's programmable from your guitar. So your guitar goes into this. Now, in the basic setup, when you downstroke on the low strings, it's going to give you a kick sound, and then when you upstroke on the high strings, it's going to give you a snare sound. It has pitch detection technology, and that allows you to strum in a beat, and then when you hit the foot switch, it's going to play it. Now, once the beat starts, you can tweak the hats and the rides and all kinds of different variations on those. You can actually tweak the kit tone itself. You can go through all sorts of different tones, which we're going to try out some of. And you can even program in separate verse, chorus, and bridge parts, which are then also foot switchable. Now, if that's not enough, you can also manually put in the kick snare beat using these two pads right here. That's just fun kind of in and of itself. Regardless, what's really cool about this, again, it not just for a practice inspirational tool, but something that's actually usable for particularly solo performers. I want to say solo performers, or if you have like a duo and you don't have a drummer. And again, you know, like, listen, I absolutely 100% favor using real drummers. Real drummers are real people. That being said, drum is the hardest instrument to work with. It's the hardest, you know, there's a lot of places that don't want a full drummer. Obviously, that changes the dynamics of the volume. So something like this gives you the opportunity to have that in there. And also, what's really cool is in the various modes, in song mode, you can store songs and then cycle through them using this knob. So not something you need to program on the fly. You can actually store different songs and then call them up if you're using this for performance. So let's go in and have a listen to actually what this thing can do. So you see, I just messed a little bit with a few of the different parameters. And one of the things that's kind of neat about this is that, again, you can get variations without changing your basic groove. Now, when it comes to programmability, I'm not really great with these things. So I'll give you my response to this. I found it fairly easy to go through some of the basic settings. That being said, I wouldn't want to do that on the fly. I think it's not that hard to get into it a little bit. If you want to get deep into it, there is a learning curve. This is something you'd have to really take some time with in order to fully get used to all the different things that it can do. So it's not out of reach. I want to say it's somewhere in the middle. If you want to get some basic tones, yeah, that's pretty easy. If you really want to use this creatively, you're going to have to spend a while with it, kind of getting into it. That being said, again, I think it's cool that once you get a groove that you like, you can very, very easily change certain things without needing to start from scratch. So for instance, over here, you've got your groove and your kit knob. Now the first parts are going to be time signatures and just styles, right? So you've got 4/4, you've got 3/4. There's straight and swing. And then you get up into the kits themselves with different busyness levels. You've got simple and busy. You get to styles of kit. There's an E-pop kit. There's a brush kit. There's a percussion kit. So we can hear some of those right now. And you hear, that's not changing the groove at all. That's not changing the beat. That's not doing anything to affect what I've already programmed in there. Now, again, I mentioned it's fairly easy to do on your own. You can actually use it so that the guitar strums the actual sounds, the actual drum sounds coming out of your guitar. But again, one of the cool ways is doing the guitar Audition, where you just kind of punch it in and then kick the foot switch and it starts up. All right, now I will again reiterate that nothing is going to replace a real drummer. You know, I think it's important to play with real people, but nowadays there's such a kind of push to get so much of a finished product. If you're a musician, you know, it's a much different world than it used to be. You really need to have a finished product more than you used to. And a finished product means a full-on song. Well, you can use this for recording. You can plug this into your DAW. In fact, what you're hearing a lot of in this video is this going separately into the DAW. Now you've got your input here. Right here you've got your amp out. Now you can send the drum sound to your amp, and that's actually not that bad. Of course, it's going to be affected by other pedals in your chain, so that's kind of limiting there, but it really doesn't sound that bad going into an amplifier. Your best use of this is to use either the mono, which is what I'm recording with, or it can also record in stereo. So your guitar would go out here, and then you'd have a stereo out to either your DAW or to you know, separate input into a sound system. And it's a very, very high quality drum sound. So you can actually do some, again, cool recording stuff with this. And if you pre-program it, you could lay down the track and then do things with it. Otherwise, you can also change the tempo using the tempo knob. They just really thought of a lot for this pedal. So I'm going to link down below to where you can check that out. That's an affiliate link, so check it out through that to support the channel. Please let us know what you think. I'm Jag Fossett. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.